guys, Dave from Timber Time Outdoors. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this video, we're going to talk about kayaks. I don't claim to be a kayak expert, but my wife and I have been on a journey to find just the right kayak for us. And I want to share our story because we've tried several and we've returned a lot of them. And I think it might help you out because there's a lot of things that we didn't know when we started looking and learned along the way. So I'm going to share those in this video. So stay with us, guys.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now.
All right, let's get right to it. If you made it this far, you're obviously looking at some of the kayaks that we've tried because I've got them in the title. So the Pungo, what else did we try? We've got a Hobie that I'm currently sitting in. We also tried a tandem inflatable. I can't remember the name of that one. I'll put it up here and do some overlays of that one. We never even got that one on the water. We also currently have a Eddyline, and that is a sit on top. So in this video, we're going to kind of talk about tandems because that's kind of where we started. And we also started with the inflatables. And then we said, no, we're not going to do that. And we went to two different kayaks, some solo kayaks. And we ended up returning one of those. So we'll talk about that. So you're probably considering the sit on top. You're probably considering the sit down inside versions. My guess is that you're looking at inflatables because they have some pluses and minuses to them as well. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to paddle along this beautiful shoreline here. I'm in Idaho, and just talk about it. And I'll do some overlays of the journey we've been on, and hopefully you guys will learn a few things about kayaks and maybe not make the mistakes that I did along the way, and you can get to that perfect kayak a lot quicker. So let's get to it. Okay, so you want to buy a kayak, and I highly recommend them because you can see scenery like this. Pretty incredible. But where do you start? There's a million different price points. There's a bunch of different kinds. You know, you got tandem, you got inflatable, you got singles, you got sit on top, you got sit down inside. It's pretty overwhelming. And so I'm just going to tell you what we did and some things we learned along the way. So we started with a tandem. We started with an inflatable. And the reasons for that were, hey, we said, you know what, let's try to save the weight, save the space, and we want to be together. So a tandem inflatable made sense until we got it home and blew it up. And it took us about 10 seconds to say, no, this is definitely not the right kayak. It was uncomfortable. It looked like it was going to be a pretty big hassle to dry out. And so we ditched that idea. We brought it back. We bought the kayaks from REI. They have an incredible return policy. And since I didn't even use that one, they actually just put it back on the shelf because we boxed it up. And anyway, so we bailed out on that. So what did we do next? Well, then we wanted to stay under $1,000, and that can be done, but you end up with some very inexpensive and cheap kayaks that don't work very well. So, listening to the folks at REI, and by the way, they told me not to buy a tandem. They were saying, it's a fight waiting to happen. Both of you are going to want to do your own adventures, and that is very true. We found that out quickly as soon as we got individual kayaks. So we started with two different kayaks. We wanted to try a sit inside and we wanted to try a sit on top. And so we ended up buying two kayaks that were at our local REI. And one was called an Eddyline. It's a 12-footer, and it's a sit on top. It's kind of a fishing kayak, I guess, but we don't fish out of it. But it's super nice. It's really fast. We really do like that Eddyline, and we like to sit on top for a lot of reasons. It's lightweight, and water just drains right out of the scupper holes. That's one thing that we didn't like about the Pungo. So we also bought a Pungo 120, which is, by the way, one of the most highest volume selling or the most popular kayaks in the world. I have a feeling it's a rental kayak, and so that's where it gets its stats from, because I didn't care for that kayak at all. Hate to, badmouth anything, but, it was, I don't know, it was kind of heavy, and water would get inside. The seat, even though it has a bunch of adjustments, really wasn't comfortable at all for us. Both my wife and I thought it was hard to paddle compared to that Eddyline, and maybe comparing to an Eddyline is the reason we didn't like it. I don't know, because the Eddyline is awfully nice. By the way, if you're considering an Eddyline, I highly recommend them. They're awesome. So we took the Pungo back, and then we got this one, which is a Hobie Passport, and it's kind of a fishing kayak. It's got this pedal drive. If you've never tried a pedal drive, try a pedal drive. I know you can rent these in some places like Florida and whatnot. It is incredible. It's so smooth. It's fast. I can't say enough about this kayak. Your hands are free. You're making a video and I'm moving along the shoreline. So that's what we ended up with. We like to sit on top. So we both have sit on tops. My wife kept the Eddyline. She likes the traditional paddling and likes the lightweight. I mean, that thing's like 30 pounds, 35 pounds. I can't remember exactly, but such a nice kayak. Seat's comfortable, great looking. And then this one I really enjoy so far. You can accessorize it. I just love the pedal drive. You can go so fast. You can make a wake almost. Look at that. I mean, it's pretty cool. I am going to do some fishing out of this. So yeah, that was our journey. We think we have settled in on 2 individual sit on top 12-foot kayaks. There's different lengths, by the way. You can get 10 foot, you can get 14 foot. The 12 foot is kind of where we landed. It's sort of that happy medium. I can't really speak to the 10 foot or the 14. I would assume the 14 is heavier and maybe faster, and the 10 foot is a little easier to deal with. But yeah, that was our journey, and I can't say enough about the Eddyline products and this Hobie. I can't wait to accessorize this one and go fishing with it. So, all right, guys, we'll wrap this video up. Thanks for watching, by the way. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. Go individual kayaks, go sit on top, and you kind of get what you pay for. So yeah, Eddyline and Hobies are a little more expensive, but I think you'll be a lot happier if you just skip the $200, $300 Walmart little tub and get a nice kayak. So thanks for watching, guys. Share this with your friends if they're interested in kayaking. Subscribe if you like this kind of content, or if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It does help out the channel. And remember, everybody, keep it in the timber. Bye-bye.